July. It's either the 1st or the 2nd, I can't remember. But as you'll probably be aware, I haven't been around for about 4 weeks now. And what an incredible 4 weeks it's been on so many levels. Don't get me started. But thankfully we're all here, we're all safe. And yeah, within those 4 weeks, all the other events that have taken place, we had a ridiculous heat wave. Well, we call it a heat wave over here in the UK. It's probably nothing anywhere else in the world. But yeah, it was constant watering, coming down, checking things weren't bolting and all that sort of thing. And then last week, fortunately, we had quite a lot of rain. Well, you know what that means. It just means that everything's just absolutely shot up and gone mad. So I think all I'm going to do today is just show you around, show you what's come, what hasn't come. I'm looking behind here, and yeah, it's just sort of getting on with a few little maintenance tasks really. So yeah, come and have a look. Okay, so are you ready? This is what happens when you ignore the allotment for a week at midsummer. Oh, and also what happens when it starts to get windy when you film. Okay, you ready? We're going to open the gate. Okay, we've got the fruit cage over here, which has gone crazy. No fruit because of my pruning. No fruit as such on the goosey gogs or the black currants, but I'm on the outside of the cage here, so you'll have to excuse the netting. The well, the autumn fruiting raspberries, we got loads of them last year, and it's going to be that much more again this year, because look at them. Crazy nonsense. I mean, this here is where, that's about 5 foot, so, and they've still got plenty of growing to do. Does anyone nip out the tops of the raspberries? I've not heard of people do that, but never mind, might be a thing. Moving on, at last we have got a half decent onion crop. I am so pleased. As any of you who saw my onions last year, madam, will know that we got the leaf miner, and they were basically all our allium crops, so our garlic, even the leeks, and definitely the onions, they were all ruined. So the fact that these are starting to fatten up, can you see? This is new to us. We're actually going to have onions. Now, if you grow onions every year, you'll wonder why I'm so excited, but I just am. And I don't know why, because they're so cheap in the shops. But to have your own onions, where we use them so much as well, that's going to be fantastic. But, oh, I'll show you something. This is odd though. We've got garlic at the front here. Sorry, this is going a bit doolally. Look what's happening to the garlic. It's growing. Oh, that looks a bit rude, doesn't it? Oh dear. I should have chosen a different one. Here we go. I'm going to move on to this one. Halfway up the stem, we've got these things. What are they? Why are they halfway up the stem? I mean, they're cloves. We can actually use them, but doesn't mean they're being attacked from underneath. They look quite healthy. They're not quite ready to pull up yet, but it's happened to quite a lot of the garlic. There's another one, look. See? What's going on there? Let me know if you've had the same problem. Right, I'm about to stand up and do a swish. You ready? Here we go. Oh, there we go. Red cabbage, covered up. Doing very well. We've got cabbage at the back. And we've got more onions, I think. These ones here are red ones. And again, just so pleased. I want to learn to plat them. I want to plat my onions this year, so that'll be good. In the next bed, at the back there, we've got the sweet corn's taken really nicely. So you can see there's a block, I think, of 6. Actually, there's a block of 15. It was meant to be 16, but one didn't come. They're doing well. Where we failed this year are with our peas. And oh yeah, edamame beans. I think I might have weeded the edamame beans out because I wasn't sure what they should look like. But yeah, they were all set up. They had nice little things to grow up, and we've hardly had any germinate. So that was us trying to plant peas properly. Last year We just got one of those packets of processed peas, those bigger peas that you get from the supermarket that you put into soak, and we just sprinkled that along a trench and we had a fantastic crop, so I'm going to go back to doing that next year. In front of the dilapidated peas we've got spinach beet and some cos lettuce and some lovely Lola Rossa, and this, I think it's Lyons, is it Lyons tongue lettuce? I've probably got it wrong. It's some sort of tongue lettuce, and you can see that's bolting now, but the colour is just beautiful. I don't know if the camera picks it up. Look at that. And even though it's bolting, it's still completely edible, as I can prove. I can't really prove, I might just be stuffing this in my ear or anything, but here we go. Good. Okay. So that's that bed. Beans! Oh my goodness, the pea beans are romping away. They are right at the top of the teepee wigwam. And then we've got all the other beans. We've got the Golden Gate, we've got Borlotti. Again, the purple podded peas didn't come, and I can't remember what the other bean was. Oh, it was the Violet Cos or something like that. Got the sun right at you there. But yeah, they're coming. They're a bit raggle-taggle, but they're going to come. They're going to be fine. We're still going to get a good bean crop. This is where the broad beans were. So we've just finished digging those up today, or just pulling them up actually. Taking all the beans that are left off. There's only a few left. And now we've got this space which is ready. And I think we'll fill this with leeks to overwinter. So yeah, as soon as something comes out, we're getting something else right in. Oh, something else I didn't mention, I'm still eating that lettuce, sorry, is the intercropping. So between all the beans we've got lettuce. I think in that one we've got, is it up here? That one we've got pak choi, and between the sweet corn, which is now hiding over there, we've got beetroot. So we're trying to use up every available spot. Potatoes, doing extremely well. Again, we've just dug up a line of our earlies here, which were the kestrel, and actually Mike's just taken them home. We had a lovely harvest from them, really beautiful. So that bit of soil is also ready now for us to put something in over the winter. Strawberries, let me show you these. These have been completely neglected and have repaid us by not giving us any strawberries this year. It's about the 4th year. Oh, there's some neighbours. It's about the 4th year, and to be honest, we've done nothing with them. We keep getting them, the odd bits of flowers. Every now and then there's a fruit, but I think really we're letting the birds and the snails and everything get to them before we do. So that's fine, I don't mind for this year. But next year we're going to be taking runners from them and planting them in this bed. And this is currently, let me think, turnips, beetroot, I think that's it, turnips and beetroot. Okay. Sneaking up on the pond area here. My beloved calendula, all seeded from last year. And most of this is just stuff I put in last year that's come again. I mean, yes, it's a bit of a mess, but I love it. Okay, moving on. Rhubarb has finally decided to put on a nice growth spurt, so whereas I thought that was really poor this year, we are cropping off that quite often. The herb patch, I think that now needs to be called the herb jungle. I'm about to clip this down. You'll see in a minute I've clipped the other side down by about a foot. But this is St. John's wort, which I haven't grown before, which apparently you can make into a tea, and it's very good for nerves and anxiety and depression, all that sort of stuff. But I don't know if you can pick up the reason why I'm reluctant to cut this back. It is covered, can't see any now, I don't know if you can pick any up, hoverflies, bees. I think as I'm going, I think the camera's shy. It's beautiful. And so I'm going to let this, I might prop this up and let it flower for a little bit longer, because it's a shame it's bringing all these lovely beneficial insects into the allotment. Chives have been cut back. They've had a nice little haircut, so hopefully they'll give us a second flush. Mint, believe it or not, has been chopped back. You can see the mint here was the same height as the lemon balm, which is here. So that's all going to come down to that level. Marjoram around here, English mace. Look at my sage though. Remember, I don't know, again, a couple of videos ago, I decided to start layering some sage and giving it a go at layering by putting some little pots underneath and pegging down some branches in the pots and some soil. Well, blow me if I can't find those pots at all. They're under there somewhere, but it has just gone mad. Considering this doesn't seem to be an ideal situation for it, it seems to like it. But I am going to have to move it at the end of this season. Because look, I can't get down the path. Can't get down the path for herbs. What a lovely thing to not be able to do. Right, okay, greenhouse. Oh, it's warm in here. All I've got in the greenhouse this year are my tomatoes. I've got some chilies up there. I've got more chilies behind me here that I haven't potted on. They don't seem to be doing a lot. Let's have a look at the chilies. Oh, I've got a couple of little... Yeah, I have. I'm starting to get flowers on them. But look, this one hasn't got any. Okay, so I'm hoping that I'll get some sort of crop. Down here, aubergine, 2 aubergines actually. And let's have a look. Oh, look, look, look. Oh, I didn't see, you know, I was in here about 10 minutes ago and didn't see that. I think I just must have missed it. There we go. That's where the little aubergine's going to be formed. Oh, well done, aubergine. So I tried aubergines last year and they just, I think they got blight. I think they're the same family as potatoes and tomatoes, and they weren't very well at all. This is one of those lemon cucumbers. There's a spare. Let's see, that's got flowers on. More cucumbers at the back, and then yeah, more tomatoes. Doing well. Getting lots of nice little fruit on them now. This is the Crimson Crush, which is the one that's supposed to be blight resistant. So fingers crossed for that. Look, I can see there though already. There's water on the leaf. So I'm going to try and be really, really good with it this year and not have those. I wanted to show you some roots growing higher up. Let me see if I can see any over here. When you've got your stems and you get these, oh look, 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 it really looks really, really ugly. But this is the tomato trying to send out roots. So actually, if you could bury that in soil up to there, and that would root and carry on growing from there. So they're so vigorous as plants. What else can I show you? Carrots. Carrots. Under the radishes. We should have been successional sowing radishes, but we haven't. And parsnips. Guess the name of that plant. I'm not going to tell you. You tell me what you think it is. It is supposed to be there. It's not a weed. But I wonder if any of you know what it is. Right, I'm just going to show you the last plot. Okay, so this is the adopted plot we have this year. Again, we've got onions doing well across the front. The outdoor tomatoes, really, really well. And again, I say every time, these are ones that we're just going to get given away, really, or thrown away because we had nowhere to put them. And look, we've had land to put them in and they're grown really healthy. If they don't get blighted, fingers crossed. The squash have gone doolally-tat. Oh, and I found one the other day. Let's see if I can find it. Ah, yeah. You see that? My good old friend, the summer scallop. Scallopy squash. That I got so many of last year, I didn't know what to do with them. But they're so, so pretty. Yeah. So he's doing well. He's got lots of little friends in there. Further along, we've got green just courgette. We have got the Crown Prince. And we've got some butternuts at the back. We did have some golden zucchini somewhere, but I don't know where they've gone. And then at the very back, just really finding their feet now, are more cucumbers, and these are the outdoor ones. So they are market more and lemon cucumber. So yeah, I think once they start to climb properly, that's when we're going to start. Oh hello, there's my shadow. Look, we're getting flowers on. Can you see that? Oh, yeah. And once they start climbing, and they need a helping hand with that, they're going to start producing fruits. But yeah, so this is all extra. This is all stuff we would not have had the neighbours not been so generous. And if you can have a look, you can just see. I wonder if I can get all the allotment in. Let's have a look. This is what a spell of hot weather. Hold on, I'm nearly in the compost bin. A spell of hot weather followed by a week's worth of rain in midsummer in this country. This is what it gets you. I love it. Can't tell you what a pleasure it's been cutting back that mint and lemon balm. That bucket just smells gorgeous. And sadly, most of that stuff's going to be chucked. I mean, I know the thing is, mint and lemon balm don't dry particularly well. I don't think there's something you can really do in ice cubes. I suppose you can. But we've got such a plentiful supply of fresh stuff anyway that this lot is probably just going to go on the compost. What gorgeous smelling compost it's going to make. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this. So what happened, mate? You just moved a bit of wood?
Moved that little piece of wood and there were thousands, well millions of ants underneath, really, as you can see. So,
look at all those, look. Oh. They're all the queen ants. Look at them, Mum.
Look like pieces of rice at first. Now
they do, yeah. Yeah.
Flying ants.
Yeah.
Anyway, we better put it back.
Jane, can't you
We're not going to kill them.
bury them?
They'll find their own way. They'll find their own way back down. Mike says there's holes here.
Yeah, they're all over.
See, they're going back down there. So
The trousers, Jane.
they'll be up your trousers. I tell you what, when I came down before, I had no idea it was going to be this warm. It's proper shorts weather now, and I've no idea. I know it's after 6, so I've had a good few hours down today, and I don't think I've really filmed very much, but it's been basically, as I said before, it's been basically maintenance. So stuff that you've seen, side shooting the tomatoes, tied up the sweet peas, I've tidied up the herb patch, cut it back so I'll get a second flush. I have been doing some weeding, pulled up the broad beans, cleared that bed. It's just been one of those things, and this is the time of the year where it's a bit odd because you're that used to coming down. There's still loads to do, but basically you're just taking care. You're the custodian of your crops, I would say, at this time of year. It's that blooming wood pigeon, just seen it up there. Okay, what I wanted to show you. Mike's already gone. He took home some of our, I don't know, their first or second earlies, the kestrel potatoes. They were beautiful. He's picked a big bowl of those to take home. We've got some spinach beets which we've picked to take home. And yeah, I'm just, as I said before, after complaining that we didn't have much rhubarb earlier on in the season, this warm weather combined with the rain, I'm going to try and multitask again. Here we go. Woo. This warm weather combined with the sudden downpour we had last week, has really made it shoot up. It was like it was just waiting to go poof, and now it has gone poof, and now that means lots of crumples. Or rhubarb gin. That seems to be very trendy this year. I haven't tried it. I've tried the gin, but I haven't tried making it yet, so let me know if you have, because yeah, I'll be looking for a recipe for that. So look, I've done it. I've multitasked, and almost without much of a thing. I stood on that when I was setting up the camera, but never mind, it's still edible. What was I going to say? Yeah, so it's a funny old time of year, and in some ways, I've said this before. Come back, lass. Okay. In some ways, I know it's leading up to the time of year where it's sort of, I don't know, I start to feel a bit sad because I've got soil on my nose now, because things are starting to finish. But still, there's a long way to go before that happens. I've picked flowers this time of year as well, where I'm always coming down and picking flowers. These are the herbs that I cut back. So I've got my English mace there, I've got some marjoram, I've even got my sage flower, and I've got flowers from the pond area here. But the thing is, I've picked them and I've put them in a couple of jugs, madam, while I'm down here. Oh God, they smell gorgeous. But I've walked down today, so I'm going to have to take them home. I'm going to have to walk down. It's only about a 5-minute walk, but I'm going to be walking along the main road with 2 jugs like this, like some medieval wench. So, but never mind. It'll be nice at the other end. So yeah, so it's lovely to be able to pick your own flowers. What else to tell you? Oh yeah, I touched on before about, you know, it's been such a weird month, but I think in between all the terrible things that have been going on, you know, there's still heartwarming things happen. And one of them, this is a Blue Peter Ling, one of them was coming to our greenhouse, it was a few weeks ago now, and finding a big bag of, I don't know if you can see that from there, a big bag of bulbs, okay? Now, I thought, and it was the time where lots of people were starting to dig up the garlic, and I thought, oh, that's really good, they're really big healthy cloves, I'm going to have to take these home and try cooking with them. And for whatever reason, I didn't take them home with me, I left them in the shed that night. And I'm so glad, because the next day, my friend Michelle told me that there were tulip bulbs, and they'd collected them from a local park, where basically the park keepers were about to throw them out because it was the end of the spring bedding, and they'd asked if they could have them, and yeah, they gave us half of what they had. So there's absolutely loads of tulip bulbs here to go in. And the thing is, you don't have to be precious about them when they're like this. I mean, the thing is, if they're not in their first year, you're not going to get the big flowers, which is what they want in the parks. I don't care. I'm going to shove them in pots and around the pond and everywhere. So thank you very much, Michelle and David, for thinking about us with that. That was a good thing. Oh, and yes, special. This is a plug. This is a plug, but it's been well worth it. Recently, I was sent this fantastic mug. I'm going to bring it up to the camera without squashing my rhubarb again. I wonder if I do it on my knees. Hold on. Okay, here I come. Here I come. Recognise that name? Mr. Sam, the allotment man. Happy growing with Sam and Dad. How cool's that? Anyway, sorry it hasn't got a drink in, Sam and Dad, but I wish it did have. Wish it had some rhubarb gin in it. Anyway, what happened was, I asked Sam and his dad if they wanted to have a couple of the t-shirts, basically, so they could plug them on their channel. And yeah, they agreed to do it. And actually, I think it's not the last video that they've just put up, I think, which was over the weekend. There's lots of I thinks here, I'm sorry about this, not being very clear. But the video before last, Sam and his dad are both modelling the t-shirts that you can get from our Etsy shop, link below. And they did a really good job. They were really good fun. It was a good fun advert. You'll have to go over and watch it. And in return, Sam has very, very kindly sent me a happy growing mug. Okay, so every time I'm sitting here thinking, it's all going to finish now, I can think, happy growing. If you haven't been to his channel, and I'm sure you have, go over. It's good fun, you know. It's what I would call a light-hearted look at growing your own. Anyway, so thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam's dad. Glad you're liking the t-shirts. So that was lovely. So yeah, amongst all, you know, miserable things, nice things can happen. And I think really that's all I'm going to say today. It hasn't been a whatever packed video of things that I'm doing. Other people are doing that, I know. There's such a lot of stuff. You know, we're just starting to pick things now, and I just can't wait. I mean, tonight, like I say, we've got the last of the broad beans, we've got the spinach beet, and we've got the early potatoes, which are these beautiful kestrel potatoes. And I know that Mike's got some pork, and he's gone home now to put all that on. And it's that time of year where you start to being able to organise your meal around what you can actually pick from the garden. And so people who sort of say, oh God, why are you growing potatoes? What's the point? You know, they're cheap enough to get from the supermarket and all this. That's not the point. It's not the point. It's the actual thrill of knowing that you have physically got your well, you can see, got your hands, or it looks like I've had my face in the soil as well, mind you, and my glasses, and my nose. I don't know how that's happened. Soil everywhere. And yeah, you've actually picked them out. You've picked out that treasure and you've taken it home, and the satisfaction in that is just fantastic. So yeah, the other generosity was, as you've seen at the end of the plot, I'm pointing as if you can look round the back of the camera over there. Yeah, the plot of land that the neighbours have very generously given us this year, and we've got all those extra things coming. And so yeah, people are innately good. Most people, some aren't, I know some that aren't. Anyway, so that's a nice thing, and I'm waffling on now. Okay, it's lovely and warm. I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to walk along the main road with a pair of jugs, madam, with my flowers in, and try not to look anybody in the eye, and do something with my rhubarb when I get back. Not sure what. If you've got a recipe for rhubarb gin, do let me know or point me in the right direction. What was the other thing I asked for? Oh yeah, if you recognise that plant that I showed you that's at the back of the plot, let me know. I know what it is. I just thought it'd be a bit of fun. Thought you might be able to tell me what it was. And yeah, I hope you're all okay. I hope you're all safe and well, and yeah, enjoying this little bit of summer. Okay, thank you for watching.